with DooWahDoo. That kind of rhymed and had some rhythm, right? Sure. Okay. Take it away. We're going to do your phone back and you can tell us all about yourself.
Hi, I'm Daniel Scannell. This is my partner, Jamie Crane. We're DooWahDoo and we are upending karaoke night as you know it. So who here has been to karaoke in the last 5 years? Who's been in the last 10 years? The last 20 years? Okay, well, you'll be surprised to know not much has changed. The experience you had 20 years ago is the same one I had last week. First of all, finding karaoke can be a pain. Whether you go on like Yelp or Facebook, or maybe you have a friend that knows of a bar, finding it can be kind of a mystery. Then when you get there, we have to share those massive, out-of-date binders, flip through all those pages hoping to find a song. When we do, you write your info down on a little slip of paper, walk it up to the DJ, or KJ as they like to be known as, sit back down, and wait for God knows how long until you're called. Things aren't great for the KJ either. They're the ones who have to bring those binders back and forth every gig. They're the ones who have to update those binders with every disc they buy. They're the ones who have to keep all those little slips of paper in order while pulling up the next song and having somebody in their ear going like, "Is it my turn yet?" It's a lot of problems for a $15 billion industry. Every month, an average of 5 million people go online just searching for where is karaoke. And when they find a place, they're going to bring 4 of their friends along to an event hosted by one of 100,000 KJs in the United States. That's a lot of people in search of a solution. What is that solution? No more binders, no more slips of paper, no more missing your place in line. Karaoke is no longer stuck in the 90s. We're DooWahDoo, and we are modernizing karaoke night into one centralized digital platform. So what does that look like? Well, for the user, it's a free mobile app that firstly allows them to find where karaoke is nearby. It allows them to view the entire songbook on their phone. They can search for a song just like you would on iTunes. You select a song, you hit send, it shoots it up to the KJ, and generates a queue letting you know where you are in line and approximately how long until you're up. Don't feel like waiting, you want to sing now? Well, you can pay to cut to the front of the line with an in-app purchase. Basically, we're taking what you love about karaoke, the singing, the camaraderie, and just adding the ease of technology. For the KJ, it's a monthly subscription. It gives them access to every karaoke track on the cloud, up-to-date, high-quality music. It's also a queue management system that lets everybody know where they are in line. It's also a great tool to help them grow their business. They can promote upcoming events, they can communicate with their followers, they can even receive tips. How is this going to make money? Well, there's that KJ monthly subscription. There's the in-app purchases like cutting. There's also advertising for mobile users, strategic advertising. This product is in development, and while it's been in development, Jamie and I have been going out and having conversations with singers and KJs and bars. We've already got 60 KJs and bars committed to using this product on launch. We also have over 2,000 people on our waiting list ready to download this app on day one. We've got our prototype built, we've got our branding established, and we have a social media presence. In the next few months, we're going to be launching our MVP into 10 target markets. Then we're going to scale nationally to other cities while adding new features and gaining more and more customers. After that, we'll be going internationally to places such as Canada, the UK, and Asia. I hear they like karaoke over there.
Yeah.
So that's the company. I'll tell you a little bit about us. I have spent my career in Hollywood creating worlds for projects such as Interstellar, Westworld, The Dark Knight Rises. Now I'm using my creative talents to turn this vision I've had into karaoke into a reality. Jamie here, she's had over 10 years experience building and managing political campaigns. She's worked alongside Google and Uber and has the experience and know-how to turn this idea into an actual functioning company. Now would be the point in my presentation where I'd ask for money, but this is 1 million cups, so I'll just, does anyone have any questions?
Can I take a picture of your...
Yeah, I have trouble believing that they haven't done this in Japan already.
It is...
so high tech over there.
It almost seems crazy that it hasn't been done. We do have competitors in some markets just with different approaches, or karaoke rooms are a big thing in Asia. With that, we can adapt our software into being the one hub where they select the songs, and it'll just be a more...
Can you see the lyrics on your phone too?
That's a feature we've been thinking about in the future, but basically it's very similar to the karaoke experience you have now of like getting on stage and singing and looking at the lyrics. We're just replacing a lot of the old 90s things that could absolutely be updated.
The things that weigh a ton.
Things that weigh a ton and are gross.
I'm handing this as a talking stick more than a really a functional microphone.
I'm Dave with the talking stick. So would we then, the audience being there, be subject to the rich drunk people who will afford to put their money up to go first?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll definitely have. It's not going to be a bidding war or things like that. We know, because we know the approximate length of every track, we can plan how many slots there'd be toward the end of the night by last call. We want to make sure everybody gets in. If cutting has to stop after a certain amount, we can do that. We want, it's a democracy.
Capitalistic.
Yeah.
What type of, all right, so I'm picturing going to my favorite karaoke bar. You have the book on the table. You have, you write on some paper, you walk up there, but there's a system that's actually hardware that's plugged into the television so people can see what the songs are. If you have that hardware component, I understand the software component, but
Yes.
what's the hardware look like?
Yes. Right now, KJs are using their own software, organization software, whether it's pulling a file from their hard drive and just queuing it up. But basically, the lyrics and everything, that'll be baked into their web app that we provide them with the...
Okay, so they have to plug their computer basically into the monitors.
Yeah, which they pretty much do now.
Yeah, okay.
Behind you, Melissa.
Yeah. Kristen and then Michael.
Can you talk about music licensing? How are you working on that?
Yeah, well, we're speaking with the record companies. It's something they've licensed with similar products before. It's not going to be a problem. If anything, they're going to make more money. It's just more opportunities for their product to be played. More people will find it. It's actually an easy process where it can be done.
So I think that was exactly along the lines of where I was going to go with my question, because and maybe it's due to your background and some of your contacts within the organizations or adjacent organizations, but I've never known anybody to describe any sort of media licensing as an easy process.
It's definitely, yeah. You've been.
So really what it is, I mean, sure, it's not easy, but it's already been done before. It's been done for hardware, for in-home, there are actual karaoke music licensing companies that already exist. So it's not like we have to go individually to every music label.
Okay.
Eventually, we're probably going to get there because we probably want to cut out the middleman here. But as of right now, I mean, it becomes a contractual thing. It is a new model, so we're working through, all of those issues. But really, at the end of the day, it's not as difficult as you would initially think. Like me coming from my copyright law class, I'm like, crap, we're going to be spending 6 months to a year just negotiating music rights.
Sure.
When really, a lot of work has already been done in that, but
So
just not for a product.
You're using the repackagers to kind of shortcut that, and
Right.
then you're transitioning that cost to
That'll go.
the end user, the KJs, I
It'll
guess.
be,
KJ.
it's included in the cost. for
Okay.
the monthly
Oh, it's a flat fee, so they don't.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a flat fee. Also, when I say easy, we don't have to approach artists because we're not getting their version of the song.
Okay.
It's the record company, basically.
Thanks.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
It sounds really good.
Thank you very much.
What you talked about. It sounds like it's going to do good. How do you plan to bridge the gap to UK or Asia with different music styles? Because different people, different countries, different kind of music. And then secondly, have you thought about selling this as an in-home purchase to where people can get together in their house, bring up aunts, uncles, friends, family members, do this on a Saturday or a Friday night?
Yes, we do. There's definitely, we've had home hardware ideas before, allowing maybe companies like T-Rex to, instead of just a KJ doing a monthly subscription, any company can just do a monthly subscription, and they can have a simple karaoke setup, maybe provided by us, just in their home. That will definitely be something we want to adapt to the Asian market, where doing karaoke in your home is just like how we watch sports or TV. Like it's a replacement for entertainment, or it's a version of entertainment. So yeah, we would definitely look at each marketplace, try to make a better fit. As far as adapting songs, really, like I said, what they do up on stage doesn't change. How they sing whatever song they want to sing, that doesn't change. Karaoke tracks, someone in another country will buy it native to that language, what have you. It all depends on what the KJ is going to want to offer his audience to have a great show. So if more people are demanding a certain type of music, they'll provide that.
Paul's got the statement.
So there are two main licensing agencies, ASCAP and BMI. Have you
Yes.
talked to them?
Initially, we don't want to tip our hats too soon because we're still bootstrapping it.
Yeah, it just makes it a lot easier as
But
somebody
yes.
who gets checks from one of those
We
two.
get, yes.
It's just much easier, and then the artist, otherwise the artist, there are now services that act on the artist's behalf, and like find YouTube videos and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. But that is the artist-specific recording of that version of the song. It's their voice. It's that one recording in time. That's the song that the artist has.
But
We're
it's
getting
also
backing
publishing
vocals.
rights. It's
Sure.
of whoever wrote the song. So,
That's who we would be, more dealing with.
yeah, that's ASCAP and BMI.
Yes.
So I guess I'm trying to get my head around the business concept here. You know, it seems like there's a desire for it, but you're catering to people that are technologically savvy that must have come up with this idea in the past. I mean, there's no way. I mean, the barriers to entry are so low. The technical sophistication of what you're talking about is so easy to reproduce. There's got to be a reason why the industry is structured the way it is. Can you describe like what that environment looks like and why you don't have players playing in this space now?
I would attribute it to the big guys that came onto basically invented karaoke in the United States as we know it. Those companies had a great thing going with KJs going to them for their discs of tracks, their hardware, everything. Those companies have had really no competition, or they've absorbed all competition. They've kind of gotten flabby, no need to innovate. Then piracy kind of happened. A lot of KJs had started just ripping off the music, which has hurt those companies who refuse to adapt. Now, record companies are starting to go after KJs on an individual level, checking out what files they have, what they got through ill-gotten means and what have you. They'll just literally go into the bar and track them down.
Grab their machine?
They'll flip through their book.
No, they'll flip through the book. They, I mean, there's different ways that they can do it, and then, you know, when you pull it up, a lot of times we've been to different places where they pull it off of YouTube, and it will say, like, right on there, like, King Karaoke YouTube, and it's not, like, it says that right there.
So they're cracking
So
down
it's not
on
that hard. They've gotten flabby and they've gotten laissez-faire in some instances. But where the money is in terms of litigation really comes from these different music industry, like, suing the venues. And so you've seen a lot of venues want to protect themselves and making sure, and so they are themselves starting to run those karaoke operations, which is why, you know, we've sold about, or pre-sold about 50-50 in terms of venue that will hire their KJs and then the KJs themselves.
We've also seen a few companies similar to us built by KJs, giving KJs what they want. However, their targeting is a lot different than ours. We want to make the experience of going to karaoke more fun. We want to take a lot of work out of the KJ's hands to help them just be better hosts and to sell more. Like, they will have more followers, they will get more tips, more gigs. Other companies have been focusing on maybe trying to sell the bar for alcohol sales, retaining them. That's gotten them really not appealing to someone that's going to download the app and open that at the bar as well as the KJ. It's really not making their lives any easier. We want to use the KJs as almost our sales force. Like, there is incentive for them to push it.
I guess my question would be, why is there incentive for them to push this? It seems like you've taken almost all their value with this. I mean,
no,
yeah.
we're making their job easier, allowing the people to find them easier.
Mm-hmm.
We are taking the need to buy these discs or tracks, or we're stealing them. Everything's licensed, fully above board, high quality, up to date. They don't have to do those slips of paper. We are just allowing them to get in on the ground floor with just a monthly subscription.
Yeah, but I guess when I hear that, when I hear makes my job simpler, that says to me anyone can do it at this point. I mean, you can get...
Well, it's all about the entertainment, though. So
Yeah.
my pushback on that is that these people are performers in themselves. And it eases up their ability to be performers and to be enjoyable. You know, people, you know, venues hire DJs, they hire KJs because they have certain entertainment. If they were just pressing a button, they could do the karaoke, they could do it, you know.
They're as much MCs as they are
Right.
DJs.
Exactly,
Right.
and we are lowering the entry point. Will be a lot easier for new KJs. Say there's just a casual host of a weekly show, maybe a stand-up comedian. He wants to do a cabaret style show with karaoke, jokes, what have you. He can then control that a lot easier than a guy with 20 years experience doing the discs, queuing it up.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's great for new people coming.
But
you know, I'm thinking...
the current KJs, they have been reticent to embrace new technology, but we have shown them it's making their lives a lot easier, and these are features that they would kill for.
Well, yeah, and I actually think that it's really nice too, that you're appealing to the venues, because, you know, now you're impacting whether they can have their lunch, right? You know, if they need that venue to be there, and that venue says you need compliance, and you establish the compliance, I think that's a really, really good entry into the field.
We have a couple more questions back here.
First of all, I love the branding. Good work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
From a KJ perspective as well, just think about the fee structure, and I wanted to throw out, kind of pursuant to that discussion, are you looking at a referral model so that you can have the virality work for these?
Absolutely. We want to incentivize for KJs to get more people to use their app at their events, as well as getting other people
I'm not sure
to
they're going to have a network of
show
other
up.
KJs.
There will be referrals. We'll know who those downloads come from. a KJ level,
Right.
yeah, there'll be
And we're not
referral, yes.
And, take off some of their monthly fees. That's
We
sort
want
of-
it, exactly, yeah, they
the
can
kind of
bank.
The original question was more, what is the fee model today versus going to a monthly subscription model, and how does that? I would guess you're looking at two groups: one that have occasional large upfront expenses, and another that have, as you said, been pirating it and that are looking to, what are they willing to pay to get legit?
Right, well, yeah, that would be the KJs we've talked to said, like, with the library I have, it would have cost me 20 grand that I have then been downloading illegally or borrowing from old KJs, having a hard drive of copied files. It was very expensive for people to start a karaoke business. A lot of the current KJs, they've been in the game for like 10, 20 years. They've built up a large library. They've probably put in 50 grand in their career. We're doing a monthly fee that won't be over 50. That's max, yeah.
Real quick question. In the beginning of the presentation, I might get these numbers wrong. I apologize, but you indicated it was a $15 billion worldwide market and 100,000 plus US-based KJs. What's the market size for the US based on that?
So there's not a lot of studies, to be honest with you, but our best estimation between all of the revenue models is it's about 5 to 7 currently, but the issue they 5 to 7 billion, sorry.
Okay.
But that does not include, most people make your money in the karaoke is actually food and beverage. That's where you mostly make your, so when we're talking the karaoke market itself, we're talking music licensing and karaoke KJ fees. Those items, when you're talking about food and beverage, which the average singer will be there for 4 hours, how much food and beverage and all of that goes into that $650 billion bar food and beverage industry.
Okay.
So,
cool. Thanks.
I'll have to drink a lot to sing karaoke, so more karaoke, the more alcohol, that's for sure.
At the start of the presentation, you mentioned people looking for venues through Yelp and other places. So how does your service actually help individuals that want to find a venue?
Okay, well, while our product has been built, we've been going from a bar-to-bar basis, finding out their dates, locations, confirming those. So we have a database, as well as when a KJ will subscribe and they're beginning an event, it'll ping on your map. So when you say, find karaoke now, every person who's got DooWahDoo on, every KJ who's got DooWahDoo on, will point out where they are. We can show them a future date. We can show them what a specific venue, when they're having shows. It's partly through location services and partly our homework of finding locations. Yeah.
Can you add a breathalyzer to your app? There's nothing worse.
Is that a minimum? Like,
No, I'd say you
minimum
gotta-
of a 0.08?
No, a maximum, because there's nothing worse than a drunk person trying to sing, I don't know what love is.
That is, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't mention it, but yes, KJs hate like when someone picks Journey, or there are songs that bring the house like to a dead stop. The KJs can maybe blacklist those songs so they don't appear on people's phones. You can, they can also suggest, within the app they'll make suggestions of, maybe they have like an 80s theme night or a Halloween night. There will be a selection they could choose, that singers could choose from if they wanted to, or they could do the regular book. But KJs do have the ability to kind of curate what people are about to be subjected to.
Okay, apropos of licensing, again, a couple of things. Just to be clear, if KJs subscribe to your service, they will not have to pay licensing directly like they do now if they're legitimate.
Correct.
Okay.
Just as if you have a subscription to Netflix, you don't have to pay
Okay.
Warner Brothers.
I want to know how we can help you with funding here, but I also licensing for YouTube, because people like to do video of somebody doing karaoke and post it, and YouTube will shut you down if you don't have the rights.
Well, that's,
But if
thank
you've
you,
got
yeah.
that little DooWahDoo logo on your video, then maybe they won't shut you down.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that's great. That reminds me of a feature. Obviously, people, yeah, their friends film their friends up on stage singing a song. We would love linking everybody's profile to a YouTube page or maybe even within our app so everyone can post their videos. Maybe in the future even have a nationwide contest of whoever does the best version of a song. Like everyone can maybe vote, almost an American Idol-like style of discovering new singers. Like, yeah, I want a place where everyone can watch everyone's version of a song, or just, if they have a personal social profile, you can say, here are my last 5 performances, or...
But funding, how can we help you? Who are you looking for?
Well, I guess we can talk about that off, off mic, but yeah, I'd love to talk.
About the KJ experience, do they download your complete library like onto their machine or a drive, or they?
We were talking about having an offline version, but that's not going to give them access to every entire song. And when a singer will come into the bar and they open the app, they join the KJ's local network. Like that creates a little network. So whenever you open the app, it'll say like, now you're at DJ Todd's session.
So
And
that's
DJ
the
Todd's
hardware
right at the
content,
front of the room.
Yeah, okay.
So it would be a web-based application.
And I just, in terms of hardware, I just want to add that you obviously have to have a network for this to work. And most people think that could be an issue, but even little tiny bars in tiny towns have 5G private internet resources, so there's no connectivity issues when it comes to this. So
10
you don't
years ago,
necessarily-
that may have also prevented people from starting this. Now everything's pretty much
We got one back here, we got one over here, and we're, okay.
Two-part, two-part,
Karaoke, we're just.
two-part question. So first of all, it looks like you have like 3 customers, which I'm assuming the actual end user, institution, and the KJ, right? Who's your best customer? And then also, if the institution buys the licensing, buys everything, the subscription, and the KJ doesn't have it, like, does the KJ have to buy it too as well, or is it just?
No. If a bar has an employee that's great at hosting their karaoke night, that bar subscribes. Anyone can say, welcome to karaoke night at this bar. I'm your host. And then
Best customer.
best customer, KJ. We want them to subscribe, keep subscribing. We're making their lives easier. We want them to someday not even bring the binder and say, if you're singing with me, download this free app and join my network. We want them to be the sales force.
Awesome, okay, so you answer our final question that we always want to make sure everyone answers, and that is, what can the community do for you? And it's okay to say, give me money.
Wonderful, yes.
That can be in the list, but.
There has been a bit of a deficit finding development help, technical help. We're looking for programmers locally. We hope we don't have to go out of town. And yeah, we are absolutely looking for money. Do I give them a number? Or?
Do you want to explain where?
Please don't.
Can you just explain where we are? So what you've done so far with the UI UX and with the prototype and things like
Basically,
that. Back end.
By bootstrapping it, we've gotten very far. Like my background is design and art. I've established the branding. I've worked on the user experience of the app, the UI, the UX. I've built a prototype letting KJs actually play with what the user would be going through at the bar. we've talked to developers, gotten estimates. We are getting to the point where, yeah, we're ready to move ahead with the MVP and get that in stores.
So we need development, so we need a developer, and we need money to pay for a developer.
Two
and
common
music.
themes.
So,
Yeah, does anyone say that?
Free.
Does anyone
Right.
ever say that?
I know,
Yeah.
never heard
I've never been on the
Yeah.
end, you can see how many developers need, like, how
Oh,
many
yeah.
open positions. So it's a very competitive thing, and it's a pretty small market here in St. Louis
Yeah.
to find that talent, and especially talent that will do it for just equity or to do, or to do it on contingency. So
Yeah,
it's
being a developer myself, I understand.
welcome on board.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for being
for
such
having
great
me.
question askers this morning.
Good
and for
questions,
showing up over
guys.
here and